Hello guys, it's me again, Rita Van Cleef, and I'm also known as a customer service representative at GENUS Project, and today is the day. I promised to many of you to make a video tutorial on how to create actually to make appliers for GENUS Project using the given scripts in developers kits, either DevKit Pro or DevKit Lite. And I'm gonna do that today in this video. So let's start with me showing you what you get in the dev kit. I'm going to be showing you Developers Kit Pro, just where to find this magic box of scripts. Well, I'm sure you all know where to find it. It is in this box called GENUS Project version and appliers. So this is how you see it in a Developers Kit Pro, and if we go to Developers Kit Lite, the same situation here, GENUS Project appliers. So you need to rest this box to the ground to copy all of its contents to your inventory, and you will have this folder where you can find simple mini tutorial or a thing needs to be done before making an applier. Also config applier script and all scripts depending on what are you going to create. If you are making eyeshadows applier, you choose this script. A hair base, this script. Lipsticks, this script. I mean, you get the idea. So the config applier script stays always the same, and this is the only script that you can change. Other scripts are put into the button. I will show you a bit later about that. So if you're making lipstick, you add lipstick applier into the button and then edited config applier script. So what is the first thing needs to be done before making a HUD applier in Second Life? You need to go to your Photoshop and create a simple picture for your HUD. I mean, if you don't have it already. What is HUD? It's basically, like a remote control that has buttons. And here I have a simple HUD picture for glittery eyeshadows I created that these eyeshadows have 8 different shades. That is why I made photos of each shade. I mean, each picture is a button, okay? I think you understood that already. So, then you save this picture and upload it to Second Life by build, upload, image. Just find, upload, and okay. What next? You go and create a like I did here, create a box. Then you have, like, you don't have to, but it will be easier for you, believe me. You should choose, like, select face and choose 4th faces. 4, you see it? And put your HUD picture into this face simply by dragging it from your inventory right here. Then you just transform your HUD into the way you want it to be, like this. You don't need to do that, you can let it stay as cube. So you scale it to whatever you want. Then you create another cube, scale it to the size of the button. I usually do it like that. Okay. Let me make it another color. Yep, like this. When you made one button, go to its content, find an applier, a script, I mean. So here we obviously create eyeshadow supplier HUD. So here what we gonna do, we find GENUS project applier for eyeshadows. Make sure if it's a ordinary release, make sure that this script rights is set to only copy. If it's gotcha, obviously only transfer. After you made sure of that, you just simply drag the script into content folder. Then by holding shift, you make other buttons. Just copy this button, copy L4, copy here, and then also by holding shift button, click all of the buttons, and as a final step, holding shift, click on the HUD and then click link. This way your HUD becomes an unseparable item. So then we click edit linked, choose all of the buttons by holding shift, and make sure you set its their transparency to 100. So the buttons are transparent and all of them, like, let me choose one of them, and all of them have in its content the script for eyeshadows, like you see. If you are making a HUD for lipstick, you should have put lipstick script into the button. What we are doing next, we make sure config applier script also set to copy only, and I usually copy this script and paste it to the folder with my textures. So I've done it. Okay, then you need to find a texture matching this button. Why find? Because here they are placed in a random sequence, but usually I name my textures like in the right sequence. If like I put 1 as one button, 2 as second button, because let me explain it. Here now, as in this step, you need to open config applier and make sure you delete it here, this message. You will see delete this and delete it. And then you can click on save button and save it for the rest of your life and never delete this message again. What do we have to do now? We have to place a texture UUID here between those symbols. I forgot how they're called. Sorry. And if I'd had a normal sequence of textures, because as you can see, these colors are not matching. So in this case, I have to find what texture exactly matches this button. I guess this one. And I click UUID and I copied it. And I paste it right here and click save button. Wait for the square to become green, unless when you attach your HUD, this button will apply a wooden texture to your face and you do not want it. So make sure always that you have waited for the script to load, and when it's loaded you see a green square, and then you can close this script and put it into button content folder. Then you will see this magic, and main chat will write to you next new texture UUID is added. It means that you've made the first button. About the sequence, once again, if I had done it right, I wouldn't have to find match in texture like this. I would simply just click on right mouse button and click on copy asset UUID, put it into config applier, and it would be a lot faster. So I just do the same thing with other buttons. Click second button, find texture, copy its UUID, paste it into config applier, save config applier, wait for green square, close, and put it into the button. So I'm not going to show you this annoying long process of creating the whole HUD. I have already created one. I'll show you. You don't see here a config applier script because it deletes. It is deleted automatically after it loaded a texture. So you cannot see it right here, but it's done. After you've done with this HUD, you take it, go to objects, make sure properties set to copy only or transfer only, depends on what you're making. First things first, make sure you attached it to HUD. Otherwise your customers will, as they used to, they simply click add or where, and they will add a box, not a HUD. So attach to HUD for the first time and just regulate where you want your HUD to appear. After you did that, go to your avatar, look at it, and test out all of the buttons, see if they are working or not. So mine are working. I've tested this out. If something went wrong and texture didn't upload the way you want it to, you just simply detach the HUD from yourself, res it to the ground, click edit, then edit linked, choose the button that didn't work, and once again go to textures, open config applier, find the right texture, copies asset UUID, paste here, save, make sure you wait for green, yep, okay, close, and again put the config applier right here. Wait for new texture to be uploaded and just take the HUD again. So it means what? It means that you can edit the HUD you've already created, and there is no need to create another one and be upset about the fact that you just failed somehow on one button, and in this case you have to recreate the whole HUD again. No, just simply res it to the ground, do what you should do, and take it once again. And here you don't need to attach to HUD again because you can add it, it is already attached as a HUD. And now I'm going to quickly explain to you how this faces thing works. So, for example, here I placed my HUD texture into face number 4 as I advised to you, but I also colored other faces into different colors. Let's just make this blank. And for example, you created a cube and you're working on this side of your sandbox, for example, and you find it easier to add your hot texture into this face. You just have no idea what face this is, and you just put it right here. And then you make buttons, create the whole HUD, make scripts, and after you've done, you just grab this HUD into your inventory, and when you go and attach to HUD to center for the first time, you're going to see not your buttons, not the texture of your HUD with buttons, but another face, which is fourth in this situation. And yes, of course, there is a solution to this situation. You can edit this cube, and by holding Control button, simply rotate. And this is your HUD. So you rotated it, and yeah. But it's just, we need to save time because time is really precious for us. That is why I strongly suggest to you to add textures to the fourth face. Just click Edit on your HUD, click Select Face, and find the fourth face, face 4, and put your texture here. Not here, not here, just face 4. And when you go to test out your HUD, you attach it to center, and you perfectly see the fourth face. So, well, basically that's it. And if you're creating lipsticks, you just do the same thing. The only difference here is that into buttons content go not eyeshadow applier but lipstick applier. Or if you're making eyelashes, then eyelashes applier goes. And config applier always the same. I mean, it's the one. You can see it. So I guess that is it. And I would like to point out that if you have any other questions regarding, I don't know, technical issues with heads by GENUS Project, or any animation HUD or basic HUD or whatever, like applying for DevKit or the DevKit itself, you can ask me by simply writing to me in Second Life using IM messages, because they are synchronized to my mail and I can read them on my smartphone even if I'm not online. This way is way more faster than sending me a note card. Or you can also contact me in Discord by mentioning me in some of the channels or writing me in private. I will always be happy to help you, and I hope this video was useful for you and you will not have any problems with creating a HUD applier for GENUS Project mesh heads. And yeah, that is it for this tutorial. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel, send links to your friends, help them, and click thumbs up. Bye.